everyone. I hope you all have had a fantastic week and let's get started. So, a little overview of what I will be talking about today for our presentation is a background on my coach. So, I decided to do one of my high school basketball coaches, a connection to the class, some qualities that she had, and what she taught me. So, a little bit of background is this was my high school basketball coach for 4 years. I was on varsity as a freshman, so I was really, really young. She, towards the end, was very emotionally abusive to her players. She didn't have much of a vision. She had terrible communication skills. And overall, it was just not an amazing experience for me. And the reason why I wanted to do more of a bad coaching style or bad leadership style was because I've had so many great coaches, but the one that honestly always stuck out to me was her, just because of how terrible the experience was, but also what I learned was so much greater than what I learned from a leader or a coaching staff that was honestly really good. So some class connections was emotional intelligence. We went over this in class. Personally, I feel like I have a high emotional intelligence, and I found it was very, very important to be a leader, that you need to understand what other people are going through. Coaching was definitely a huge part of this leader, because she was a coach. And then team leadership was also really important because she did have control of a roster of 15 girls and a coaching staff and a program. So some qualities that she had was she worked hard for the job title. In the beginning, she was very, very caring and helpful. I mean, going into as a freshman, she recruited me out of 8th grade, and she really seemed to care about me. But as things progressed, it became toxic and really hard to handle. But I do give her credit for in the beginning being very helpful and caring, in that she did have to interview and get the job somehow. So she must have done something well there. So what she taught me was how I don't want to coach, honestly. So these are all the things that I've learned on how to adjust and change to be a better leader. So one, communication. She didn't have much communication. We honestly didn't know what time to leave for games. We didn't even know when games were. We didn't know if things were canceled. So we had no idea what was going on. So I definitely know and want to learn from that experience and how I felt and how kind of chaotic things were for me. And if I ever am a coach or ever in a leadership position, I know that communication is really, really important. Vision. So she did not have much of a vision at all. It was kind of a game to game thing. She didn't really care too much of the future of the program, just getting through the season, I guess. So I definitely want to have a clear vision. So have goals, future. I want to set people up for success. I want to set myself up for success. So that's something I really, really am excited to try and definitely learn. Integrity. There was some certain instances that made me question her morals, and I never ever want to do that. As a leader, as a coach, I always want to have a clear moral vision. So I want to do what's right. And then lastly, what's really, really important, I feel, is kindness. She was not very kind to people in their situations. She was very selfish, honestly. So learning from that, I want to show others kindness. I want to be kind of like that light for someone, or something that a person that someone can go to. In conclusion, even though it was a hard season, years of it, and it caused a ton of problems for me emotionally, physically, I'm happy it happened. It taught me how I wanted to be and how I wanted to lead and coach, and ultimately it did ruin some of basketball for me in the sport, but it never took away a piece of me. So I was really, really like proud of myself for how strong I was during this situation. And that's what I hope to create. I hope to create something that she isn't, almost like a legacy, but in spite of her, I guess. And a quote that really stuck out was, every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. I hope you all have a beautiful week and have a really good time. Good luck with finals, and hopefully see you soon.